place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be.
Hi, I'm Rose, a certified life coach, and I've come to realize that before a lot of my clients can reach their goals, they have to overcome self-discipline or plain old fear. So I've come up with a 3-part series to help you understand what's blocking you from reaching your goals. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button. In part 1 and part 2, we went over self-discipline, which is basically training your mindset to I can and I will now. Not 2, 3 years from now, or maybe even never, because you have to do this or you have to do that. And fear is to be afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. Not having self discipline can contribute to you watching life pass you by without succeeding in your goals. Having fear is actually a disability. When you think of disabilities, then you think of something a person cannot do, like they can't walk, they can't hear, or they are addicted to drugs. Well, fear is an addiction. The reason why is because it causes us to live in a state of constant overproduction of adrenaline, which, like any chemical, can be habit forming. What is that fear that is stunning your growth? What is your pain that's holding you back? Fear can stop you dead in your tracks, which can come off as you're not being self disciplined. Once again, a blockage. That fear has you procrastinating, and this is why I say, is it both? You are so into your fear that you can't get out of the mindset of the buts and the what ifs. So, knowing fear is to be afraid and self discipline is a mindset. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, is it self discipline? Is it fear? Or is it both? Lack of self discipline signs: negativity, fear of failure, temptation, procrastination, absence of willpower, motivation, and ambition, a weak state of health and body. Biggest fears that hold you back: fear of failure, fear of success, fear of loss, fear of being judged, fear of the unknown, fear of what's next. People are not born with self discipline, they need to develop it. But some people don't know how to do so. Some people grew up in a house that was a spare of the moment house. We'll get there when we get there. Some people grew up in a house that was, we need to be on time, we need to get this done and that done house. Just because you may have grown up in either way does not mean that you as an individual will be or will not be self-disciplined. The key word, once again, is self. You have to come into you in order to reach your goal. Have you ever had something and someone broke it? When that happened, I'm sure it bothered you. Really, if you broke it yourself, you would still be bothered, but when someone else broke it, it made you feel as if someone took something from you. So you can't count on other people to be self-disciplined for you. Because really, if they keep pushing you along on time and tell you it's time to pay your bills or it's time to work on your goal, if that person gets tired of doing that because you're not paying them, then they will one day stop and they won't push you. You will be mad at that person because they stopped helping you, and that will make you feel like they broke something of yours. The truth is, you're breaking it for yourself. Take ownership of you, what you want, what you need, and what you're going to get. Stop running from greatness and run to it. I used to work for companies, and every time I would show up on time, and if I was needed, I would say yes. Can I stay over? Yes. Can I work for this person? Yes. Can I cancel my vacation to work? Oh, yes. Reason being was because I thought, oh, they'll see that I'm a good worker, they'll see that I'm dependable, and I'll probably get a raise. But the truth was, most of all, that I had a fear of saying no because I didn't want to lose my job. That was me being self disciplined with fear. It was my self discipline because I was on it. I would go every day, I would get up on time every day, and I did the job just like I was asked. So I had my mindset as I'm going to do this so I could reach the goal of making more money. It was my fear because I needed the money so bad that I was willing to be basically used to keep a job to make basically good money. Meaning, I wasn't wanting to say no because it might count against me in some way. Fear. This is the crazy part. Once I started my own business, I would have days I would work hard and days that I didn't work hard. I had to ask myself, self, why are you half doing your own business, but you gave your all to companies that did not care about you and how hard you worked? I needed to change my mindset. Then I identified I was wrong because once it became time for me to reach my goal of owning my own business, I should have given it the same energy and the same time times 10. I needed to show up for myself. Yeah, show up for yourselves. Show up for your goal. My business was my goal, which came along with the goal of me making money, but I wasn't showing up for myself. Once again, it was that sneaky old fear trying to creep in. This time, it was giving me the list of buts, what ifs, and how am I? And then one day it hit me. This is fear. What am I thinking? Then I realized I had to overcome this fear thing. My trigger was the thought of failure. Fear had me overworking for my job because I didn't want to lose it. Fear had me underworking for myself because I was fearful I would fail. So, Ray Johnson, I see that you do so many beautiful things with your art, and you seem like you're fearless when you do it. Do you have any fears? Did you have any fears starting out in your career?
Oh yes, I had a lot of fears. When I started out painting, I was in a very deep depression, and I was like, "Look, I'm gonna pick up some pens and pencils and start drawing." So I started drawing, and then I got into painting, and I was like, "Okay, this is good, helping me with my depression." Um, then my cousin that lives in Washington, she came in town and seen some of my drawings all over the house and paintings and everything, and she was like, "Christy, you need to start selling your art." And I was like, no. I said, I'm scared of the unknown, and I'm I have a lot of fear. I think nobody's gonna buy my art, and it was just, and I was just so scared. And then something told me, Chris, just start slow and work your way out up. So I did that and went to the Ed Hamilton Starving Art Show and did that. And from there, I just took off, and I had faith in myself and had got everything going and believed in myself. And I just got to get out of that of the unknown. I'm so scared of the unknown, and I had to pass that fear to get out there and push myself to do art. So I'm so grateful for that.
All right, Rajonse. Well, you went from fearful to fearless, and I'm so glad to see you on the other side because you have blossomed so very much. And that will be it for Regencee. And I will have some pictures up for you all to see.
Thank you.
I have failed before in life. I mean, really failed. This was the thing. I got better and better each time I got back up. I learned what to do and what not to do in life. I'm going to always learn, and I know that knowledge is power. If you have a goal, before you doubt it, use your resources to see exactly what you need to complete that goal. And while that momentum is going and it's still in your head what you found out, the next day start one thing towards what you need to do to reach that goal. Each day that you do that, you become self-disciplined in your goal during your process. And if that's an issue for you, then look, you're already pushing past self-discipline. But once you look up, you'll have a lot of knowledge of whatever your goal is. Whether you know you need this amount of money and you have to figure out, are you going to have it or be able to earn it? Or you need XYZ to be able to change your career. Your goal may be a few goals. Use the resources to become knowledgeable in what you are reaching for. Before you know it, you are in so deep and it feels so good that you don't want to stop. And boom, bye bye self discipline issues, bye bye fear. Stop letting not have self-discipline and or fear step in. You will let life pass you by if you don't become your better self and love yourself enough to reach your goals. If you thought of it as a goal, for some reason it was important. Do your homework. You might be surprised of how easy or how fun it may be. If you believe it, it will happen. If you believe it, it will happen. The only enemy you have is the person looking back at you in the mirror. The only person you fear is yourself. Don't get comfortable. Even if you're comfortable watching a movie, at some point you still have to adjust yourself. Well, that's life. You're going to have moments where you need to readjust. And sometimes after a few minutes, you might realize that that position you changed to was actually a little more uncomfortable. Once you adjust again, you'll find that you found that place of comfort once again and maybe even peace. Know your worth. Treat your goal just like that. So, you know what it means to have self discipline issues, fear issues, or both. If you're struggling with either of these, please contact my website at roselifecoaching.com. Click the contact button and let me know how I can assist you. And then you can be on a path to a phenomenal you. Before we end this series, I want to end you on this last video of a special moment. Regencee surprised her sister, one of our good friends, that's like a little sister, and myself with a surprise birthday party at her art studio. She has overcome her fear so much to the point that she was able to show up and show out for this. She had it set up for her to give us an art lesson on how to do pour paint. We were all into it as she taught us, but as we started, a few of us got scared that we would mess up because we weren't artists. The truth is, it was our art and how we poured and moved the picture was what made it beautiful. This was a not perfection task. We all chose different paths and colors to get there, but in the end, they were all beautiful outcomes. Picture reaching your goal of fear, self-discipline, relationship, business, and etc. just like the painting. Just go for it. You will be surprised of what you can do and where you can go in life. Here it goes.
34 is I'm going to, which way
Okay.
I'm going to do it? I'm going to do little bitty circles. But you can do different ways. Like you can take this and pour it onto the canvas like that. Or like that. Or you can do little spots and like blow it. If we had straw, we could blow the straw. You can just take it like that and flip it, and then let the paint pour.
We're all looking. What's going to happen?
So you try to get all the canvas covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I like it.
And you can like kind of tell how you want it to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, Doris. Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the flow.
I'm scared to do
This
it.
is so pretty. I know,
And
right?
just be careful on your
scary.
clothes.
There was a glog.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to get that glog out.
Start that way since it's most.
Like,
And that glog will just fall off. So you don't have to worry about
that
that
doesn't
glog.
look right. Or does it?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, yours is good,
Once
Kelly.
you-
Keep
Yeah.
Once you start
Hey,
tilting
sissy.
it,
Oh, shoot, man.
Yeah.
Look at it coming to life. Uh-oh.
well, yes,
I'm so glad how this turned out.
I know, this is
I know,
so cool, Christy.
it is.
Now live.
Oh, Christy.
Now
my
later.
girl.
Like cotton candy.
Oh, shoot.
Unicorns, cotton candy.
And Kelly's so dramatic.
Colors.
Trying to get that last little bit of white.
This is like a snowflake. No matter how you do it, everybody's comes out different. That concludes Self-Discipline or Fear, and thank you for taking out the time to watch the series. Have a wonderful day.